Do your homework. Oh God, that doesn't sound like fun. Remember when you were a kid and your parents were like, do your homework. Did you do your homework? You can't have fun until you do your homework. You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? Remember that? Or how do you have your meat if you don't eat your pudding? It was something like that. You have to be as old as me to get that. Anyway, you need to do your homework before you have the fun of talking to your customer. And today, as opposed to when I learned to sell, there are so many ways you can do your homework. You are far better strategizing about fewer clients than you are just about cold calling, winging it, and going through a numbers game, because again, then you're making it about them. So let's look at a few ways that you can do your homework. LinkedIn. Love LinkedIn. So why wouldn't you go on LinkedIn if you have a client call and learn everything about them so that you can create quick rapport? Again, this gets you to values. Oh, you're part of the Red Cross? Oh, so are we. I see that you're really involved with the Humane Society and you have 4 dogs. I'd have 10 dogs if I could. And this is true. I love dogs. I built great rapport with somebody very influential just a few weeks ago talking about his King Charles Cavalier. So you can really build rapport by looking on LinkedIn and finding commonalities, but it doesn't stop there. You can also find out who else they know, who else they're connected with. This gives you credibility. You can find out what jobs they've had, where they lived. It's called the internet. You can find out anything you want. It's amazing. Look up annual reports of the company, depending on the level that you're talking to. Listen to YouTube videos they've done. A few months back, I actually listened to somebody's podcast, a VP of sales, before we met. I said, oh, Jay, I loved it in your podcast where you said this. He looked at me, he said, I published that 3 years ago. You listened to that? How much does Jay like me now? Jay thinks I'm really smart, because I took the time to research, do my homework, and listen to his podcast. I want to say something else in all seriousness about doing your homework. You also want to do your homework on market trends, and they change all the time. So it's not like you do your homework and you're done, just like a kid in school. You're not just done because you did your math homework once. You've got to continue to know about trends. I read something literally this morning that said Thursday of all days, and oh, by the way, today's a Thursday, is the best day to prospect. So I could run out right now and prospect, or I could do this filming. But the point is that you need to do your research. Thursday's the best day, followed by Wednesday. Guess when the best time to cold call is, or to get through to a prospect? 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning, that's their time, or 4 to 5 in the evening. Another quick tip, and this is all about doing your homework, staying abreast of industry trends. I love this one. You are more likely than any other time to get through to the decision maker on a holiday. Why? Because the VPs, the presidents, the CEOs, they're not always taking off on holidays. They either run the company or own the company, and they'll be there. They've let their assistant go. Very often, they pick up the phone. So again, the point is, stay abreast of trends, what's going on. Do your homework, because that shows your customer that you care about what's in it for them.